Hello, and welcome to the new edition of Meet the Expert. I'm Jessica von Krosbergen, Service Solution Manager for Airports.
Hello, my name is Franziska Link and I'm Head of Service. Today we're going to talk about performance-driven services, how they are applied today, how digital supports them, and how we're going to continue to evolve together with our customers.
For many years, airport services focused primarily on foundational needs, keeping systems running through maintenance activities, repairs, and spare parts. These service models were structured around fixed FTE counts and tasks.
This approach led to a narrow definition of success, limiting operational success to system availability, rather than looking at the actual targets of an airport.
Over time, airports started wanting services not only focused on maintenance activities. They wanted something that focused on performance across their entire operations. This meant shared accountability and clearer outcomes.
That's when performance-driven services come in. In this model, performance metrics are defined upfront, and the service agreement, including incentives and payment mechanisms, is directly linked to those exact outcomes.
As airports and customer needs have matured, performance-driven services have too. With better data and AI-driven insights, services go well beyond traditional maintenance and operations now.
Success metrics and KPIs do not only cover system availability, they need to manage the full span of operations. So we're looking into sustainability targets, missed bag rates, and also lifecycle extension. Predictable and measurable results are very important for airports today to plan, especially as passenger volumes are growing and connection windows are getting tighter.
Which is why performance is no longer managed in isolation. It requires a different kind of partnership where airports and service providers work together to improve performance and drive innovation.
And that's what we're going to explore in this episode today. How performance-driven services are co-created in practice and how digital capabilities are supporting them to evolve further.
Let's take a look how this approach works on the ground with our first expert.
Hello, Maksud.
Hi, Franziska. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So this morning we were talking about performance-driven services, but we really love to hear from you how this is actually shaping in reality together with the customer.
Absolutely. Our performance-based approach was built through close collaboration with customers over many years. Initially, service contracts were input-based with annual extensions, which limited long-term planning and strategic investments. The shift to long-term output-based contracts changed that. It provided the horizon and flexibility needed to invest in improvements with a clear return over time.
And how does this co-creation really look like on the ground?
Well, co-creation really starts with listening. Instead of assuming what performance should look like, we work closely with airport stakeholders to understand what truly matters to their operation.
Once those performance goals are aligned, how do you move from agreement into action for day-to-day operations?
So, after defining the goals, we work in close coordination with the airport to set up or adopt dedicated teams with clear roles and responsibilities. We also ensure they have the right solution across various departments, such as operations, maintenance, safety, control, and IT, creating a shared accountability framework. Continuous monitoring is key, creating a feedback loop where data drives decisions and adjustments are made in real time.
And what are the major learnings from customers who have this approach already implemented?
Well, a key takeaway is that success depends on a joint approach and continuous dialogue between the teams that not only includes the airport customers, but also the operational stakeholders along with us as strategic service partners in most airports. So we have also learned that performance issues often show early signs, small signals before performance actually drops. By benchmarking and sharing these practices across similar airports, we are able to define KPIs that are realistic, relevant, and achievable, rather than one size fits all.
Could you please share some examples with us how this actually improved the performance of some of our customers?
Certainly. For one customer, a major airport transit hub, the missed bag rates were reduced by around 85% over the last 10 years, reaching a 2.5 per thousand bags, which is well beyond typical industry benchmark standards by IATA. So these results show what's possible when performance targets, processes, and collaboration mature together, even within existing and aging infrastructure.
Thank you, Maksud. It's been so nice speaking with you today.
Thanks also from my side, Maksud. It's clear that co-creation plays a vital role in driving performance. But to tackle today's challenges in operations, system performance, and sustainability, we need to go far beyond.
Exactly, and that's where digital is a critical enabler. I know just the right person for us to talk to.
Let's go. Hello, Jaap.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hey, Jaap.
Hello.
We've been talking about performance-driven services today.
Yeah.
So from your experience, can you tell us why digital is so critical for performance-driven service models?
Yeah, of course, it's all about data, right? It's not about what we think, because then it becomes subjective. A lot of data that we use, we can measure, improve on a daily basis, and we can explore what else could be possible with it. We also have to look that we can benchmark the data. We can use it to improve and also utilize it to fit the needs of the customer. That's where collaboration comes in.
Could you please highlight some key digital enablers that support performance-driven services?
Yes, of course. From a higher level, from operations side, it's the airport management system that controls the complete flow. So where we combine flight and bag information and link them together to provide the team's critical insights, to act early.
But Jaap, you can fully monitor this information remotely.
Absolutely, you're right. One of the examples I can highlight is vision encoding. So not only, let's say, the performance of the read rate from bags, tags on site, we can use AI vision encoding to support them remotely from the cloud to provide them the accurate data on time.
Can you tell us more about predictive maintenance?
Maintenance is not something that we should not do. We should do it, but in a different, smarter way. Talking about that is predictive maintenance one of the foundations there. It's about the performance of the system, and availability is critical. By using usage data of the asset and combine it with health signals like temperature or vibration, we can make sure that the operation is not in jeopardy. I can give you an example of one of the solutions we have. It's about shuttles. This is where it happens. So what happens is we measure all the performance of the individual shuttles. If there's an anomaly being detected, it pops up and it shows. We can investigate what is going on, what is wrong, and if we have to take actions.
Really interesting to see the approach on the assets. How about tools for processes?
Yeah, that's a good one. So we also developed some tools around the process and the monitoring of the process to collect the data and combine all the data together to get a holistic view. If you look at this screen, we can filter and zoom in to some of the specific bags that creates those anomalies. And finding the root cause, we can definitely see why a bag, for example, takes too long. We can really be detailed about what it is and what's not, which is about supporting the performance of the system.
So what you're really doing is making the invisible visible, allowing the teams to understand what's really happening to do continuous improvement.
Indeed. This is taking the performance-based services to the next level.
Performance-driven services provide airports a clear path to manage complexity, growth, and operational performance. When we bring the right people, approach, and digital tools together, services are a powerful lever to achieve the overall goals of an airport.
And that's what fuels innovation, from smarter ways of working to developing new capabilities alongside our customer. That's how we help airport customers be ready for every moment, every bag, every journey, today and tomorrow.
Thank you for watching this episode of Meet the Expert.
See you next time.